We are live. Welcome, Cameron. Once again, the first guy, as usual. We are so happy you could join us.
I actually saw, oh, one person's watching already, and I was like, I hope it's Cameron.
He's on point. I don't know how you do it, man. Like, how are you always the first one? Do you just see it pop up? You're ready. You're like scoping out my channel 24/7. Like, I'm really curious. I'm impressed. I will be honest. I am 100% impressed. I don't think I've ever been the first into a chat for a video, maybe more than once or twice for other people. So, yeah, I'm impressed. Tonight on the agenda, we will be finishing up this mini. We figured out the camera situation a little bit. I can just pivot this back a little if that's what is going to help you.
I think that's good.
Okay. Well, you're painting off of it when you're doing it, so that's why I was.
Oh.
Okay. You shouldn't have to worry about it. That's why I was going to say let me fix it. So anyway, she's going to finish this Dragonborn miniature, and I will be helping her make her character for our Pathfinder 2nd edition one-shot coming up in a month. Which then we got to create a character that she's going to play in a campaign at some point this month too. So.
Oh, the Call of Cthulhu.
Well, that's a one-shot also.
Yeah, but he's making characters for us.
Yeah, we don't have to do anything for
What's the new campaign?
It's going to be Pathfinder with. So we have the one-shot on July 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Roll Stats, who you have not met, who only comments in our chats and stuff. He is going to run us Pathfinder 2nd edition as a campaign.
Oh, okay. Because
we have two Pathfinder 2nd edition things going on.
I was so confused because I thought that's what we were gonna do, and then there was this one shot, and I was like, I don't know what's happening. Anyway, it's fine.
Gotcha. Yeah, no. Roll Stats was so originally going to be the only game we were going to be in, but we were going to do Call of Cthulhu first. Our month was booked up. We hadn't set a date and time for when we were actually going to start that. That game's got one of my Discord members, Colonomicon, who I got to play with on Friday. He was the one who was doing Orc Hogan in that game. It was really entertaining. It was not streamed, so I cannot refer anyone to that game. But he's in it. Michael's also in that one. And then you and I. And we were talking about bringing in a 5th member, but nothing is confirmed yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
However, we'll see how this game goes with Jared. You know, who knows? Like, I've played in plenty of one-shots that did turn into a campaign. I'm not expecting it, but who knows? If it goes really well and everybody wants to, and, you know, then I'm not going to say no if I had fun, you know?
Right.
And if everybody's on board, cool. So I even thought about asking Jared possibly to come over to the other game if he's got availability, because, you know, he doesn't get a chance to play. He's always the GM, so that might be kind of cool too. But we'll see how the one-shot goes before we commit to anything like that. Who knows? Maybe we play the one-shot and we're like, ooh, Pathfinder's not it for us. I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see.
You never know.
Right. You don't ever know. Dun, 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 dun. Whoa, that was not what I wanted to happen. No. Cancel. Don't want to save that. So Cameron says, I just see it pop up. I spend all day on YouTube. I'm one of the first for a lot of streams. I like to watch. LOL. Hey, no problem, man. We like to have you. It makes it a lot more fun for us anyway. A lot more fun.
Yeah.
So we're glad to have you, buddy. Oops, I did not want to do that, but that's okay. I did not want to take that. Sorry, I'm sharing the link around. I have not really done that today. Wasn't really promoting it much. But, you know, we got some viewers. We're up to 3 already, so that's pretty cool. I have a fun story to tell you guys later, too. I'm going to tell them about the bicyclist. I'll be calm though. The one who smacked the card.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But anyways, we'll get to that one a little later.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Of course everything's fine. He says, thanks. It's good to be here. It's almost like you're a special guest, even though you're just in the chat. All right. There we go. Delete that.
Yeah.
And then we need to put up that.
We'll see how creating the character goes.
Character's going to be fine. Creating character's not that bad now.
Kind of made me feel like I should be like a goblin or a halfling.
Why? I'm a dwarf. Now. No, be whatever you want. We were going to look at Gnome tonight.
Yeah, we were.
So we'll go through that. We will solidify exactly what she's going to play. I'm going to enter it into a PDF. You won't see that. However, if people really want to see it, I'll post it in the Discord. Ooh, Cameron said, I got sprayed by a skunk a few days ago. Do you still stink? I mean, you wouldn't know, but do other people think you still smell like skunk?
Do I have to take like oatmeal bath or like tomato juice or something crazy?
I think it's the tomato juice because of the acid or something in it.
Yeah, maybe.
My Jose's sister once got sprayed by one, and I did a real estate. Remember when I did bold in real estate that one fall? One of the girls on our team that sat at our table had gotten sprayed by a skunk. Yeah, she was pregnant too. Not that mattered at all, but her life was hard enough as it was the point.
In a sense that, yeah.
Like it was rough. It was really rough. She was hard to be around. Oh man, thinking about it brings back memories. But yeah, and she like tried to cover it the first day with perfume, which didn't really help. Like, just no.
No, you like legit have to do those like baths and stuff like that, and you have to do it like multiple times. Too.
Yeah.
You can't just do it one time.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty rough. Pretty rough. So yeah, let's get out of this. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I forgot I was gonna go to some Facebook groups and promote it. Get some people in here. So that Cameron has people he can go back and forth with. You gotta get Cameron some friends. You ready to have some friends, Cameron?
Oh my gosh, you're so weird.
Let's see if we can do this.
You're so weird, man.
I am not weird. I am just me doing me. All right, so Cameron says, I've been told I don't smell like skunk anymore. Luckily, the skunk was mostly out of spray stuff. It was my fault for walking in my backyard at night. I should have listened to my instincts. What do your instincts sound like? No, I'm just kidding. Don't answer that. I know the answer. Well, not really.
So, you know how this has nothing to do with D&D, but you
Does
know
it have to do with
how
skunks?
A while back everybody was talking about that some people can't visualize things in their mind or whatever.
Yeah, it's either audible or visual or both.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we discovered that you are only visual.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
So I realized the other day, because I was reading, I figured I should ask my friends, like, who do a lot of reading. So when you're reading a book, like, what do you see? Don't you just, like, see the book?
I don't know. I see visual. Like, I imagine visual
they
stuff.
don't. They don't.
So then what's the point of reading a book?
Well, I don't understand. Like, why would you want to read a book?
How do you... Yeah, I don't get that.
Like, you just see it. It's like a slow movie.
What? Oh, for you, if you're imagining it, you mean?
Yeah, but I don't have to imagine it. You just read it. And
that is imagining it. If you see it, you're imagining it.
Yeah, but I don't have to, like, you know.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
But those people who don't see in visual, like, or don't imagine in visuals or whatever, they don't imagine it. They're literally just, what are they doing?
I'm just saying,
how do they get enjoyment?
I just realized that the other day, and it sounds like,
you got you one friend.
Sounds like a terrible thing.
Oh, that friend left. What a bummer. He didn't want to be here. Yeah, no, I don't think, I don't know. I can't imagine. So I have a harder time visualizing stuff, obviously, but I can, and I do, but I have like internal monologues with myself all the time. Cameron says they sound like farts. I don't know. It was a feeling like something was out there. I mean, sometimes farts are a feeling. Oh, look, we have a guest. Once again,
honey?
didn't we talk about this last night?
He keeps crying and then he stops and then crying and then stops.
Okay, I'll come in a second.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't worry, I'll come in a second. Mommy will stay out here and paint and entertain the masses.
Oh my gosh.
And we'll just do the character creation later or another night.
Good job.
Actually,
Thank you.
so he is crying, and you're still awake.
Oh, why don't you watch
Why don't you
Mickey
get him up?
Mouse with them?
Okay. I'll just go.
Look at that. Look at that.
She'll be so thrilled anyway.
Yeah.
She basically ran out of here.
Yeah, she was excited to stay awake. What is up with our kids just not wanting to sleep? They'll like watch the crappiest, most boring stuff just to not sleep. Is that normal? Like, yeah, I'll watch paint dry. As long as I don't gotta sleep. Kids.
I don't know.
I thought it was just the scary stories I had been listening to. Maybe it was.
Could have been.
So today was a special day. We had our session 0 for Pathfinder. You didn't think I was going there.
I didn't think you were.
But we had our session 0 for Pathfinder one shot with Michael, Nate from WASD 20, Jared from, I can't remember the podcast. I will try to do better about that in the future. I want to call, what was it? It was Nothing Venture Games or something podcast. It's 4 words. I'll have to be more precise on that moving forward. I'll get there with it.
It's 4 words, you guys.
It's 4 words. First word, you can't see me right now, but I'm making motions.
The table.
Oh, see, I was making motions to show them what the words were, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, and it was Michael, the Dead Aussie Gamer, WASD 20, Nate, Jared, who's going to run the game, myself, and Paula. And we were going to work with Fantasy Grounds. This was my first time dabbling with it. And it was very difficult because it was going so slow. And it felt very clunky trying to do character creation for what little bit, even like if it was working fast. It was just like you have to, find something, click it, drag it into like this other box, and then scroll down, drag it, click it into another box. Like it would just, we'll see. We'll see what we think about it. It's nice that you can create a character in that digitally. It's not as efficient as I would like. That's okay though. But I'm excited that we're going to get to use that. Michael made tokens for us to use. Paula obviously didn't know what she was going to make as a character, so he has not made her one yet. But once we've dialed it in, she will have a token as well. And then that's what we're going to use. So it'll be the first stream on my channel where I use tokens in a virtual tabletop. So I'm pretty excited to see how that works and if my computer can handle it. And if my computer can handle it, you might see more virtual tabletop stuff in the future. Yeah. So again, I'm pretty excited to see how that works out. They all seem to like Fantasy Grounds, though. And I know that they've used Roll20
Yeah, like
before.
they were pretty positive about it. But it sounds like it's really the only way you can kind of play Pathfinder digitally. Or make the characters
No, you can use Roll20.
digitally.
Oh, to make them? Yeah, or if you have an Android, there's a good app for it.
Yeah.
That I've heard people rave about. And every time they rave about it, I'm like, I have an iPhone.
So, I mean, that's the other reason why, is because there's not a lot of alternate choices.
Right.
Right? So, of course they're going to like it because, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and
not that it sucks.
There's been a lot of people who have
like
switched to Fantasy Grounds from Roll20 for reasons in the past. And then there's some people who just like Fantasy Grounds in general because it does do things a little differently than Roll20. Like you can buy the best version as a flat payment one time for like infinitely without having to do a subscription, but it's a couple $100. Whereas Roll20 is subscription only. So there's that aspect, you know, like there's some reasons, you know.
Gotcha.
Now, it won't work if something ever happens to, like, the Fantasy Grounds server, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure if, like, Fantasy Grounds went out of business and you got the software that you downloaded, it probably won't work anymore.
Oh, well,
you know,
yeah,
like it won't be able to access the license or something. I don't know. I'm just making an assumption.
I mean, that's how it would go with anything that you gotta...
A lot of things, yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, so anyways. And we're so used to using D&D Beyond for character creation, or I am now, that like we're a little spoiled because D&D Beyond is very, very well put together for creating characters. You know, like it's that it really shines when you want to make characters and you know look up something real quick. It's really amazing. You know.
Okay, so we're gonna make my character.
Yeah,
Are you
we
ready?
were gonna. Sure, I'm getting chewed up by mosquitoes, so I'm kind of distracted by that right now. And I'm kind of feeling like I want to just shave my whole beard off.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's been bothering me. It's just so itchy.
So, trim it down.
Trim it down to the skin. She hates it when I don't have a beard. Hates it. All right. We were going to read the gnome. I'm going to play a dwarven fighter. I'm doing the... what was it called? It was like the ancient... No. It was the Death Warden Dwarf. So that's what I'm going to play. And he's going to be a fighter. We're all level 4, we decided. Because we want to see what these... Like, what it feels like, right? For a one-shot. So then we'll have, like, all the abilities between 1 and 4. And be able to experiment a little bit with our characters. And just see kind of where things start to go as you play the game. At least that was my reasoning for it. So I'm kind of excited about that too. What do you think of the level 4 start? Is that cool with you?
Yeah, no, I mean that's fine with me. It doesn't really matter to me a whole ton.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. Like, you know, like I know he gave us choices between the different adventures, and I'm gonna be honest that none of them really grabbed me. So that's why I was like, I really don't care.
I thought the Goblin one would because he said it had like role playing with like the goblins and the king.
You know, it's all to a one shot, and I'm not sure how that's gonna go for me because I do like building the character. Like building the character is a lot of fun for me. So to just play it for one game,
yeah, but you could play this in a future one shot too. So this character, just saying, like Michael, he was talking about his monk. This is a character he's played in other games. He's just rebuilding it for 2nd edition. So it's from another, like I think he said he used it in 1st edition, and now he's using it with 2nd edition, and this is his first chance to pull it out. You know what I mean? So that's what I used to do too with some characters. Like, so I've got in my my folder a bunch of 5e characters. Some of them have seen like 6 one-shots. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think I'm gonna like all of a sudden start playing a whole bunch of one-shots.
You do a lot more on this channel now than you did 2 years ago. Hell, you do more now than you did a year ago. So you don't know. You might be... You've become a staple of this channel. You are basically my co-host.
I'm not a co-host.
You are 100% a co-host. Everybody comes here expecting to hear your what was it? Your ASMR voice.
You're so stupid.
For your premium snaps. Cameron says, no kids want to sleep. Well, our daughter, the one who just came out here, she used to love sleeping. Like if it was nap time, she'd be like, okay, gone. And now, lately, only the last couple months has it been an issue. But both of our
Actually-
boys are anti-sleep.
I actually think it might be more of an issue because she's getting a lot older.
Sure.
And so she just needs like alone time, right?
Sure, maybe. But now she doesn't want alone time. She wants baby time.
Because you're grumpy.
I'm very grumpy. Cameron says, if you wait a bit, the itch will go away once it grows a bit more. So I have never hit that phase. I've let it grow a month of itching and never gotten to the point where the itch went away. So I don't know what determines when the itch goes away. Like, I'm so over it. And my beard grows pretty quick. Like, I could shave it bare, and within 2-3 days, it's kind of back. I mean,
Yeah.
like right now, it's probably a 1/4 inch. What do you think? About a 1/4 inch, you think?
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's about a 1/4 inch now. It just irritates me, especially on the cheeks. It's like the side that itches the most because I shave my neck. I don't let it like really grow up my neck very much. I don't like that part. But yeah, my cheeks, like right along the jawbone, like right here. This is where it itches. Right here, all the time.
Right there?
Yes. And so like I'll be driving and I'll just be rubbing my hand on it because I can't get it to stop itching, and I don't know. It just bothers me. Like right now I'm doing it. I don't know. I've tried doing the lotion stuff on it. Doesn't matter. I've tried all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard people say that. I've tried. I've done the no shave November and it itched like
Do you
3 weeks.
exfoliate?
What do you mean exfoliate? Like scrub it with like a loofah?
Yeah.
We don't have a loofah.
Well, you could get one.
I don't do what you're asking me. I'm not opposed to it. I just
maybe
don't.
You should.
Maybe I'll see if they have one at the dollar store. So I'm going to be making I don't know what they're actually called. I'm going to call it a photo box for when we paint miniatures. I can put them in there. I'm going to make it look like a dungeon, like with dungeon flooring and then bricks for the background on the walls. And it's going to just have 3 walls and a floor. It's going to be fairly big, so I could highlight large miniatures, small miniatures. If I'm reviewing a book, I can always put a book in there and take a photo of it, things like that. And so I'm going to be going to the dollar store to get some stuff for that. So that'll be awesome. Dude, Alan, dude, this is your first time being here. I've interacted with you quite a bit. I'm glad you joined us. Well, have we interacted? I've watched your videos and stuff before too. So Alan Swain has a YouTube channel. Feel free to plug it in the chat, by the way. He says, I actually really enjoy these streams. I appreciate it. Sometimes we get to bickering and some stuff comes up, but we try to keep it focused.
Sometimes we get way off topic.
Yeah. We do.
That's our problem.
But it's fun. Cameron says I use Head and Shoulders on my beard. Works wonderfully. So I tried that on a recommendation from my friend Matt, and it did not work for me. Is there like a specific Head and Shoulders, or is it just the general shampoo? Like maybe I didn't grab the right bottle. I don't know. Alan says I've been here a few times. Well, we're glad to have you again, man. Have you watched it live and been in the chat? I haven't noticed, or at least I don't remember. I feel terrible now. I should have known that.
You're such a bad person.
I am terrible. So tonight we're going over some of the stuff for Paula's character for Pathfinder. And we don't know what ancestry she's going to be. This is for 2nd edition Pathfinder, by the way. So we were going to look at the gnomes. Gnomes get 8 hit points. So that's not bad. That's more than the elf and the halfling, I believe. They are small, obviously, but they have a speed of 25 feet, which is actually, I think, pretty much the standard for most things. Goblins are 25 feet. I want to say 25 was normal, though, halflings 25 feet. 25 feet for a human. And I think dwarves are 20 feet. I don't remember. I'm looking right now to see. Elves get 30 feet, so elves definitely have the most speed. Yeah, and dwarves are 20 feet. So yeah, that's interesting that they didn't put all the small ancestries at 20 feet.
I mean, I appreciate that because at least then there's something that's different.
Yeah, for sure.
I hate it when they all feel the same.
Ooh, Cameron says Head and Shoulders Classic Clean 2-in-1. Gotcha. All right. I'm willing to give it a shot. I think we're running almost low on shampoo because pretty much everybody uses my shampoo except you, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to touch it.
All right. It's cool. It's fine. It's fine. Is Head and Shoulders the one that really stings when it gets in your eyes, though?
Yeah.
So I'm bald, and when I take a shower and I'm shampooing my head, you know, like the little bit of hair I have, the water like bounces off my head and gets in my eyes pretty frequently. I remember that getting in my eyes and burning like super bad.
You close your eyes.
I understand
when you rinse
that.
your hair.
Yes, I always do. But
Yeah.
you open your eyes at some point.
Yeah, but not until like you've rinsed your hands off.
I still
And
get
then
it
you
in
wipe
my
your
eyes.
gently.
I still get it in my eyes. Look, when I have longer hair, it's not a problem. When I'm like this,
When you have longer hair?
yes, like longer, like another
half
couple
an
millimeters.
Or
No,
like-
my hair hasn't been a half inch in like 4 years. Come on. But like right now, I'm basically bald. Like I got maybe a millimeter. But when it's like 3 millimeters, then the water doesn't bounce as much into my eyes. I don't know. Don't ask me. You don't know much about 2E. Can you tell me a bit about it? So it's crunchier, just like previous Pathfinder. They've changed some things. Character creation seems pretty straightforward. They call it the ABCs of character creation. You choose an ancestry, which has replaced races, and then you get like a heritage. So like you might choose a human, but then go with a specific place that they're from. Now the core book doesn't have that, but some of their splat books will have that. But you might choose a goblin as your ancestry, and then there's heritages for it. Like one is a iron gut that he can eat anything. Another one's like a more hardy one that gets bonus hit points, things like that. So once you do that, you then get to choose a feature or a feat that makes your character also a little more unique, right? Then you go to your background. You choose one of the 30-some backgrounds. I think we counted 32 or 34 in here. From that, you're going to get a couple skills. You also get skills from your ancestry as well. But you're going to get a couple skills from your background and a skill feature. So, or I think it's literally just one skill feature and like 2 trained skills or something. I don't know. Then from your classes, you're going to choose whatever you're going to choose. Paladins are no longer in it. They're now called champions. They're really, it's almost a little more old school in the fact that a lot of things, like if you played 3rd edition D&D or 2nd edition D&D, like you're going to go, oh, champions are heavily tied to whatever their alignment is, right? So most paladins, it's going to be whatever their deity is. So again, you're back to the whole lawful good paladin thing in a lot of cases. Druids aren't going to use metal weapons, for example, and they're very secretive and they keep their druidic language to themselves. And in fact, if they teach anybody else their druidic language, they lose their powers. So even if they decipher something, they can't tell anybody what it says. They have to like paraphrase it and stuff and basically not give that away. So it's a little different, from current 5e stuff. Okay. Cameron says, ouch, yeah, it doesn't feel good in the eyes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember that, and I remember being like, I'm never doing this again because it doesn't help anyway. But I'm willing to give it one more shot and just use it on my beard. I'll use the other shampoo on my head. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that's how I can fix it. You know what shampoo I love? I used to love Fructus Garnier or something like that. Loved that stuff. Alan, I tried looking up your channel to no avail. Mind dropping a link. I'm always looking for a new D&D channel. Yeah, Alan, drop it in. Welcome, Victor. Good to have you. We are doing great. We are painting a miniature, this wonderful Dragonborn that I probably shouldn't touch, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then she's got another miniature that she's going to paint next. I think it's going to be this one. She thinks this one's going to be really quick. It's a girl holding 2 fireballs. They're clear fireballs, which is kind of cool. And I'm sure she's going to make this one super colorful because that's what my wife does. And, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so we're doing that. And I'm going to be creating her Pathfinder character for 2nd edition Pathfinder at the same time. So that's what we were just talking about. Where is... I have a character sheet somewhere. It's probably in my RPG folder, which is under... There it is. RPGs. There it is. Pathfinder. Character sheets. Color. Fillable. So you guys won't see this on stream, unfortunately. I'm sorry. With the mini painting, that is the focus, obviously, of what we do here. And that's... I'm basically here for the audio aspect. That's it. Paula is here for her skills.
What?
What?
What? I heard my name.
I said you're here for your skills, and I am here for the audio portion.
Yeah.
Yes, because I told them they would not see the PDF.
Oh, okay.
So Victor joined us. He joins us occasionally, too. Oh, did you need water or something?
No.
In fact, this Victor is the one I get confused with the other Victor all the darn time. Remember? We had this happen that one time where I was like, oh, I think he's the Victor that runs the God Reborn Palladium game on Obsidian Portal. And I was wrong.
Way to be.
Hey, I won't forget it now. Can you get the Pathfinder 3e PHP PDF for free like original Pathfinder? I have no idea. You say it's $60. I can share a Amazon link if you're interested in buying it for cheaper. I think it's like $38 through Amazon, and if you buy it through my link, then I get a little tiny commission. Doesn't charge you anymore from going through my link, but it does help. But if you're interested, I can share that. Victor says, "What RPG folder your advance?" I use an RPG stack of papers. Well, I'm doing it in a PDF. So that's why. Our printer stopped working a while ago. I did print them, but the character sheets that my brother-in-law printed on his printer, they almost give me a headache because it's like blurry. It's almost like his printer head is going out or something. I don't know, or it was a little off alignment or something. So it's all blurry, and so looking at it kind of gives me a headache. So I told Paula she can use those. But yeah. No, I have a folder where I keep some of my PDFs and stuff, and I've got a form fillable PDF that I got from Q Times. That's a YouTube channel that specializes in Pathfinder and some other stuff, but not really any D&D. As much as I'd like to right now, any purchase for amusement is a bad idea. I get it. Cameron says, I'm about to blow your mind. I have a D&D binder. LOL. I've got a ton of D&D binders. Looking at my shelf over there, not counting the ones next to me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least 9, maybe 10 binders. 10 binders. 11 binders. 12 binders. And then over here, I've got 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 binders. I think only about 16 or 15 are for D&D, though, itself.
It's a problem.
It's not a problem. It helps keep me organized. I have to have one for each campaign or else I can't keep track of my notes well. That's how I keep organized. You just shove things in drawers. So it's out of sight. I'm just kidding. All right, let's get into this. So, ability boosts. As a gnome, Constitution, Charisma, and Free. So, since Alan, you said you aren't familiar with this, the way that you do attributes, you can choose to roll, but that's an optional rule. And there's no point buy. But you get 2 points in every attribute from your ancestry, your class, and your background. So in this case, for being a gnome, everything starts at 10, and you can choose flaws if you want to get an additional free choice or whatever. I'm not too familiar with that. I haven't done that yet. I've only created one character. But in this case, so assume everything starts at 10. If you decide to choose a gnome as your ancestry, you're going to then put 2 into Constitution, so now that's at 12. Charisma is going to be 12, and then you get a free one that cannot be the same as the other 2. So the free one could be Dex, Strength, Intelligence, or Wisdom.
Right. Okay.
And so those 3 the total would be 12. Not total, but each would be 12. Right?
Okay.
So then from this ancestry, you do get a flaw. So strength would actually start off as an 8. So maybe the free action you put into strength to bring it back up to 10, right? You get 3 languages, Common, Gnomish, and Sylvan. Plus, in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, they're still sticking to the additional languages based on your intelligence. So whatever your modifier is.
Okay.
So what I've found is the most you can get up to at the start of a game, if you're doing this, if you're doing the way you're supposed to do attributes, is 16, right? 12, 14, 16. So you can get 12 from your ancestry, from your background, you can get it up to 14, and from your class, you can get it up to 16, right? There are opportunities in the game where you can get higher attributes. I think like level 5 is one of them, and whatever. So you can get things up higher. Plus, different features might do things, different abilities, cool stuff like that. All right, so those are the things you automatically get. Oh, and low light vision. Sorry. So now the heritages for gnomes. So there's a chameleon gnome, a fey touched gnome, a sensate gnome, an umbral gnome, and a wellspring gnome.
Okay, what was the first one? Let's read the chameleon.
Chameleon. The color of your hair and skin is mutable, possibly due to latent magic. You can slowly change the vibrancy and the exact color, and the coloration can be different across your body, allowing you to create patterns or other colorful designs. It takes a single action for minor localized shifts and up to an hour for dramatic shifts throughout your body. While you're asleep, the colors shift on their own, in tune with your dreams, giving you an unusual coloration each morning. When you're in an area where, this is kind of cool, where your coloration is roughly similar to the environment, for instance, forest green in a forest, you can use the single action to make minor localized shifts designed to help you blend into your surroundings. This grants you a +2 circumstance bonus to stealth checks until your surroundings shift in coloration or pattern. I think that's really cool.
That sounds really cool.
Like, I just like the idea that every morning you can roleplay what color you are. Like, I woke up and I'm probably really like red and black because I had a nightmare or I went to bed angry or something. Like, that would be great.
Yeah, I like that. I actually do like that.
And then the +2 bonus is cool.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's interesting.
I never would have come up with that.
For example, because low light versus dark. Yeah, low light is different than dark vision.
Yeah, it's not as good.
It's like half.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, there's like, okay, like regular vision, and then you go to like low light vision, and then you go to dark vision as the night is.
So this is exactly what it says. Low light vision. You can see in dim light as though it were bright light, and you ignore the concealed condition due to dim light. So, in other words, you can see in dim light.
I think examples of dim light include things like
nighttime,
super clear skies, and a bright moon. That would be low light.
Yeah, probably.
Whereas dark vision would be
in
like,
a cavern.
Hey, there's a cave. You can't see anything, right? Like,
yeah. Yep.
It's really dark.
And it's probably out to the same amount of distance. It doesn't specify the distance right here. That's probably further in the book about how low light vision and dark vision work. All right. What about Fey Touch Gnome? You want to hear that one?
Yeah, that was another one that I was like,
okay.
Oh, that could be
I figured. So, the blood of the Fey is so strong within you that you're truly one of them. You gain the Fey trait in addition to the gnome and humanoid traits. Choose one cantrip from the primal spell list. You can cast this spell as a primal innate spell at will. A cantrip is heightened to a spell level equal to half your level rounded up. You can change this cantrip to a different one from the same list once per day by meditating to realign yourself with the first world. This is a 10-minute activity that has the concentrate trait. So you can choose different cantrips once per day.
You get a free cantrip and you can change it every day if you want to.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, it's all right.
That's kind of helpful.
Yeah, and you get the Fey trait, which probably opens up different feats from other books.
Yeah. If I ever say I'm going to paint something black again, remind me that I hate going from dark to light, and I prefer to go from light to dark.
You don't have to go dark to light.
Well, yeah. Well, now I do because I painted it freaking black.
Why?
Basically.
Why?
Well, now I'm trying to do highlights. It's really hard. I should have done light to dark and just... It's fine. It's whatever. I'm just, I'm doing what I can.
That's how you get better. You challenge yourself by doing things you don't like, and then you get better at it. That's how this works. Right? Let's be encouraging, guys. Let's egg her on. Alan says, my major complaint is that since you get ability bonuses from your background and ancestry, you'll feel forced into whichever one gives you the stat bonuses you're looking for. If you want to build based on stats, but you might want to build based on, feats or other things. So I don't know if that's necessarily true. I made a barbarian that didn't have the 16 in strength. I think it was a 14. Actually, let me open him up and look again. Because now I'm curious. But yeah, but you're going to have that with anything. Any optimizers are going to do that anyway.
Plus, there are other options. Like, you don't have to do...
My con was 14.
You don't have to do it that way.
Right.
Either, Alan. Like, that's just... I think that's, like, sort of like the standard.
Yeah,
you can roll stats and things
with
like
GM's
that
approval.
Instead, if you want to, but it's just so then you build differently, so you don't get the extra pluses or whatever instead. So it's basically the equivalent.
Well, you do. It's 46
of,
drop one, so you can get up to 18. Then.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like, it's the equivalent of, like an optimized point buy system.
Kind of.
Is basically what it is.
Point buy is always optimized anyway, though.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's optimal for your character and how you're building your character. Makes sense.
I agree with what you're saying, kind of, but with a max of 16, like, even if somebody does look for optimal choices, it's whatever. And if they don't, it's also whatever, because, like, your attributes they're important, don't get me wrong, but I would say your feats are way more important in this game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And people do that in every game anyway. They take the optimal choice. Like, I know people who've purposely taken the background in D&D as is it a noble or a knight? I don't remember. Whichever one gives them the 2 retainers so they can carry more stuff. And then they can have their armor put on and taken off quicker. So I've seen that. Or people that want to use the herbalism kit or thing, So people are going to optimize all their choices anyways. And for some people, that's what makes it fun. So I don't think it's a bad thing, what you're saying. And I actually like it because I think it keeps characters more grounded. I'm not one who's big on balance. I come from Palladium books. But I do think it does keep characters across the board fairly balanced. And I think you're going to see, as a couple more books come out for this, that you're going to have multiple choices that are going to give you your bumps in your primary stat and the other one as a background. So you're not going to feel like, oh, well, I really have to take this one background or else I'm going to be a weaker character. You're going to still have, oh, these 3 backgrounds really lend themselves to my 2 main stats. So what do I want to do out of those 3? Or you might just say, hey, for flavor, this other one over here is cool. I want to be a juggling soldier. Like, I want to be able to juggle daggers. Like, I don't know. I don't know. There's a difference between a choice being optimal but not required versus a choice feeling really bad if you don't take it.
Where did I just put
Yeah,
my
nothing
brush?
will be really bad. You just mixed it in with the ones that you just have in your hand. I just watched you set it there.
God. Okay. Sorry, guys.
But I don't think any choice is necessarily really bad. You're talking about missing out on a +1, which in the grand scheme of things is not a huge deal. Especially in this game. You can buy magical items. You can, and it can be any magical item. If you've got the gold, you can buy it. So again, you can pad your stats in other ways. Plus, this game goes beyond what 5e does. 5e, it's like, the highest stat you're going to see is a 20. the highest, difficulties you're going to see might be in the 50s, 60s at some point as you level up and stuff. So your DCs are going to get a little whack. So again, a +1 is not going to make a difference. Now, here's the other thing. When you're trained in something, you automatically add your level to the roll. So if I'm trained in stealth checks, right, that's going to give me a +2 plus the level. So if I'm level 5, that's an automatic +7. So that +1 that I didn't take at first level because of my background, again, not a big deal.
Yeah, it seems like it's a lot heavier on the skills aspect of things.
Yeah, like what you're trained in and what your features are. And so you don't put skill ranks in it like 3.5 in Pathfinder First Edition. What happens is it's tiered. So your proficiencies are trained, which is a 2+ level, expert, which is 4+ level, master, which is 6+ level, and legendary, which is 8+ level. And different classes move up those tiers at different rates for different things. So like your fighter, I think, starts off as an expert with his weapons, right? A monk with unarmed unarmed strikes starts off with expert. Was it unarmed strikes or armor? Unarmored defense. I don't remember. So, but either way, so those things are far more important than your +1 in your attribute. So there is no bad choice per se.
Right.
Like I could be a fighter and not really add to strength at all and still be very effective compared to everybody else in my party as a fighter.
Yeah. Okay, so there's the Fey one. What
which
were
I read.
The other ones?
There's Sensate. I have no idea what that means. Umbral, which I would assume is like darkness or something.
Yeah.
And Wellspring. So do you want me to just...
Wellspring?
All right.
Skip that one.
All right. Some other source of magic has a greater hold on you than the primal magic of your Fey lineage does. This connection might come from an occult plane or an ancient occult song, a deity, celestial, or fiend, magical effluent left behind by a mage war, or ancient rune magic. Choose arcane, divine, or occult. You gain 1 cantrip from that magical tradition spell list. You can cast this spell as an innate spell at will, as a spell of your chosen tradition. A cantrip is heightened, basically the same exact thing, except you do not get to change it out every day.
But you can cast at will.
Yes, and you gain it's a cantrip, so you always can.
Yeah, but I assume that means you don't have a limit on spells per day.
Right, but that's because it's a cantrip. Any cantrip is like that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the at will. Maybe it says that here and it doesn't over there, but it's the same thing. The other thing, Alan, that I didn't mention is the action economy. Rather than having a regular action, a bonus action, reaction, a movement action, they just give you 3 actions. However you spend them in a round is up to you. So you and certain actions might like certain attacks or certain things you do might require 2 or 3 of those actions. Some spells are going to take you the whole round to cast, and they're denoted with a icon that is very clear. It's this little diamond reddish box that either is on there once, twice, or 3 times. Some classes don't get opportunity attacks. Some classes can't use a shield, but it's not because they're not proficient. In fact, there's no proficiency with shields. They just don't get to use it. Some get them at a later time. And it takes an action to raise your shield, unless you have a feat that allows it as a quick reaction. So I thought that was kind of cool, learning that today. There's some really cool stuff. And the shields, like the way it works is, yes, it raises your armor class, but your shield takes damage with everything that it blocks. And as it takes damage, eventually it breaks. So because the overflow of damage still hits you. So something could hit you really hard or hit your shield really hard, and you're still going to feel some of the damage possibly. So I thought that was kind of cool as well. So it serves as like a damage reduction. Just really cool stuff in here. Some spells have some really cool versatility where you can cast it as like a single action, 2 actions, or 3. No, action costs do not carry over. You either use all 3 or you don't. you can attack all 3, you can move all 3, you can cast, multiple spells in those. That it's really loose with how you do it. It's not picky. Again, though, if you don't have a quick, I think it's like quick reaction shield or something, you have to use your shield to raise it. If you attack multiple times, the first attack is no penalty, second attack is a penalty, and third attack is a bigger penalty. If it doesn't say, it's no penalty, -5, -10. Now, Rangers have one of the choices is Rangers can go like no penalty -2, -4 to hit, which is huge.
Yeah, so they were the other one that I was kind of thinking about doing just because I haven't played that one.
They're pretty martial. If you're up for a martial class, and they're not spellcasters now either, right now.
Yeah, I know. I really just want like a familiar.
Oh, okay. Well, the druid will do that too.
I know. Well, that's why I was going to druid,
okay.
but you know.
Gotcha.
Anyway, continue on. So what were we on? Oh, we just
we
went through
all
the
of them.
wild one.
So
okay.
It sounds like you're gonna want to do chameleon.
Yeah, I mean,
That's cool.
I think that sounds like really fun.
Are you good? You think you want to be a gnome?
I like being gnome.
All right, so I'm gonna put you in as gnome chameleon. I think I spelled that right. Yep. Okay, gnome chameleon. Great. I should probably put the attributes in here and stuff too. So there's some really cool stuff though in Pathfinder, and that's, again, it is a crunchier system. It is harder, I think, to keep track of everything as a game master. And so it's important that you relinquish control to your players and not try to micromanage them.
Yeah, you kind of have to assume that they have a general idea of what their character is doing.
Yes.
I think, at least in the beginning.
Yeah. You just have to let them do their thing. You just have to.
You know, and if you have questions on it, then you look it up later.
Right.
That's what I think you really have to do, but...
Pretty much.
That's what I prefer to do in general, though.
Con, charisma.
I just like looking things up at spur of the moment.
I do too.
I just prefer to just make a judgment call and everybody has to go with it. And if you want to look it up later, that's great. But like, I don't have time for that.
So you want to go wisdom, I'm assuming, since you're going to be a druid, as your free choice from your ancestry?
Well, I don't know. So what is everybody else being?
We have a monk.
Okay.
We have a fighter. And we have an alchemist. Monk, fighter, and alchemist. 2 goblins, a dwarf. I think they're going to add an option for spellcasting for rangers as one of the subclasses, which I don't remember what they're... Each class, they're not called subclasses, but each class has its own thing. Like barbarians, they're called instincts. For druids, it's like their circle or whatever. I don't remember exactly how they explain it. But it's basically a subclass. And it sounds like in a future book they're going to possibly add spellcasting to rangers. Because obviously some people will want that. But yes, I agree. I don't like rangers with spells. That's not what I like to play.
Oh, I actually do. I like them with spells. I think it makes sense.
I don't. I think it crosses too much into druid. It's basically a half druid, half fighter.
Rangers are like bards are your in-town catch-all characters, jack of all trades. I feel like the ranger is your wilderness jack of all trades. Like, that's what they can do. They can track a little bit. They can be kind of stealthy. They can fight. Maybe they have a handful of spells. That's the intent of a ranger.
Yeah, they're not great at anything.
I know.
They're
it's
sucky.
Same thing with a bard, though.
But
they're
in
not great at anything. That's what...
But...
You know, like, that's what their purpose is.
But this is why I like them the way they are in Pathfinder. They're really good at hunting a specific thing, which is what I liked in older editions as well.
Right, which makes sense.
They were really good at something.
Yeah, because a bard is still really good at talking to people, generally. Or
right, but a ranger,
or whatever.
in, like, D&D 5e, for example, is not good
Yeah.
at jack squat.
No, I know. That's why I was saying that, but they should. That's why they should have spells.
Right. Alan
That's
says,
my-
do you like this better than 5e? I don't know yet. I haven't played it. I think... So this is where I'm at with it. D&D 5e has been my favorite system for about 5.5 years. Right now, I would say 5e is still my favorite system to run. But as a player, there's not a whole lot that gets me excited anymore about making a character or anything like that. You know what I mean? I've done so many different one-shots. I've tried pretty much every concept that I can think of that's really excited me. I've at least built and dabbled with, I guess I haven't really played the Warlock I wanted to play yet, which is, the magical dark, the thing I've talked about. And so lately, the last year, I've really thought that might even be one of my favorite classes, just because I can play a up close Warlock that uses magical darkness and True Sight, I think is what it is, or Devil Sight, and use Pact of the Blade for a weapon that's possibly magical and do some cool stuff up close. And I always want the idea of playing that as a Dragonborn, which she's currently painting the miniature that would be that character for me, by the way, which is also why I'm so excited about how it's coming out. So I feel like that's something to me. That's the last thing really for me to do with 5e, I feel. But beyond that, as a player, I'm not excited.
You need some new flavor.
Yeah, I need something different. I've done it all. It's like playing a video game and you beat it a few times, or you've played it enough to be like, I'm kind of tired of these couple characters I can make. That's kind of how I feel. But I still think it's a great system. I love how accessible it is to people. As a dungeon master, I love how easy it is. But again, I think I'm just, even as a dungeon master a little bit, I think I'm getting tired of it. A little bit. Because I've run so many games of it. So again, I think we're going to see. I could see Pathfinder 2nd Edition being my favorite system moving forward. I can't remember the last time I was this excited to open a book every single day and learn something new about the game. And I've put 14, 15 hours into this at least in the week I've had it. Mm-hmm. I haven't done that with any book. Any book. So, ever. So, I don't know. Again, I see some flaws. I see some things that might cause headaches for a game master, but not as bad as 1st edition. And I'll be honest, there's things with 5th edition that really get under my skin. So.
Okay, so moving on to the character.
Well, yeah. So hang on. Well, remember, we got to talk to them.
Yeah.
So Alan says, I miss when bards were jack of all trades, like she's talking about, instead of music casters or whatever. Well, they don't have to be music, though. In 2e, a bard could cast spells from scrolls and learn spells from his travels like a wiz. I wish more spellcasters could learn spells from scrolls, not just wizards and stuff. Even a sorcerer, I feel like should be able to try and teach themselves. Maybe it should be harder, but it would be cool if every class could learn spells that way.
Could do something.
Yeah, even your dumb fighter. It'd be impossible practically for a fighter, but make it possible. It'd be cool. Victor says, Paula, you are so nice to paint his fig. You must like Juce a lot.
Sometimes.
She likes painting miniatures. Cameron, I had some problems with the Pathfinder 1E Bard. I love the Jack of all trades stuff, but their class features were super specific and obvious. I tried writing my own version, but it came overpowered. So, yes, but I think a lot of things are very specific in your choices. The point is you can make them a lot of different things. You don't have to focus it. And a lot of people liked the 1E Bard because you could make them like a frontline character. You could make them a good thief. You could do very focused things with those and make it the character you want. So it still was a jack of all trades. I think you still got more skills than most other classes in 1E. But it's been a long time. I haven't touched 1E in over 5 years. So, all right. So I stopped because I had to type some stuff in here without moving.
You have to type in the numbers.
More than numbers, your languages, your other stuff too. Right? So languages are
sure, I don't know.
So we don't know what your intelligence modifier is going to be. So we might have to come back to that. So same thing with skills. All right, so we've done that. Senses, you get low light vision. And, oh, interesting. Interesting.
What?
Nothing. That's why it's interesting. As a chameleon gnome, I'm going to put that as the special thing. Because, okay, so there's this weird thing when you go to the feats on the character sheet where it says special first under ancestry. I don't know what that means. So I'm just going to say +2 circumstance bonus to stealth. And then I'm going to say chameleon, page 43. Okay, that didn't work. There. I don't know. There's like I said, there's just some stuff that I'm not up on yet with the character sheet and stuff. It was stuff like counter charm I had a problem with. Otherwise, it was great. Yeah, I actually enjoyed playing Pathfinder 1E. I had a really fun fighter that in Pathfinder Society named Brock Abs O'Steel. And he was fun. All right, we got to choose your ancestry feat.
Okay.
So, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 feats to choose from. You get 1. But see, okay, here's what's also confusing. So now heritage is right here. So actually, this should have been chameleon, page 43, +2 bonus to stealth. Situational. Yeah, see, then it cuts off. So I'll just do +2 bonus to stealth. All right. So here's the options. Animal Accomplice, Burrow Elocutionist, Fey Fellowship, First World Magic, Gnome Obsession.
Can you
No
give
weapon?
me like a short description?
There is no short. So I either have to read the whole thing, and I can either be dead silent and try to paraphrase it, or I can read the whole thing out loud. But I'm telling you the names first, because sometimes you're like, well, just tell me, and then I'll tell you which ones to read. So Gnome Weapon Familiarity and Illusion Sense. So like right off the bat, I don't think you would need Animal Accomplice, right? Because if you're going to do the Druid one that's animal, then I don't think you'll want that.
Well, unless it's something that would go with it.
It says you gain a familiar.
Oh, no, then I don't want that.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. Burrow Elocutionist. You recognize the chittering of ground creatures as its own peculiar language. You can ask questions or receive answers from and use the diplomacy skill with animals that have a burrow speed. But you can do that, I think, from the other thing. So again, not useful. Fey Fellowship. Your connection affords you warmer reception from creatures of the first world as well as tools to foil their tricks. You get a +2 circumstance bonus to both perception checks and saving throws against Fey. Addition, whenever you meet a Fey creature in a social situation, you can immediately attempt a diplomacy check to make an impression on that creature rather than needing to converse for 1 minute. You take a -5 penalty to the check. If you fail, you can engage in 1 minute of conversation and attempt a new check at the end of that time rather than accepting the failure or critical failure result. Special. If you have the Glad Hand skill feat, you don't take the penalty on your immediate diplomacy check if the target is a Fey. So in other words, you get like a bonus if you partner it with another feat.
Okay, yep.
But that's talking stuff. First World Magic. Your connection to the First World grants you...
Is this still the same one? What's
This
this
is
one
different.
called?
First World Magic.
Okay.
Grants you primal innate spell, much like those of the Fae. Choose one cantrip from the primal spell list. You can cast this spell as a primal innate spell at will. A cantrip is heightened. So in other words, like a lot of those druid spells, you'll get an extra cantrip.
Okay.
So you gotta be at 6. Gnome Obsession. You might have a flighty nature, but when a topic captures your attention, you dive into it head first. Pick a lore skill. You gain the trained proficiency rank in that skill. At 2nd level, you gain expert proficiency in the chosen lore as well as the lore granted by your background, if any. At 7th level, you gain master proficiency in these lore skills. And at 15th level, you gain legendary proficiency in them. Lore is highly associated with like money too. But as a druid, you wouldn't need it much. Cameron says, I should have worded the first part differently. They had good jack of all trades options. They just had some special abilities I didn't agree with, like counter charm. Yeah, I mean, and also you're not going to make a character that's good at everything. That's not what a jack of all trades is. He's kind of like, well, I guess it's good, but not great at everything. So you could make him good at everything. Take care, all. It's time to get ready for work. Have a good one, Victor. Thanks for joining us, bud. Gnome weapon familiarity is exactly what it says, like all the others. Basically, you get, you know, a little better with one of those. And illusion sense. Your ancestors spent their days cloaked and cradled in illusions, and as a result, sensing illusion magic is second nature to you. Gain +1 circumstance bonus to both perception checks and will saves against illusions.
I kind of like the Fey one the best.
The Fey Fellowship?
Yeah.
All right.
What do you think?
I think that's fine. Get rid of that. All right, so we'll do Fey Fellowship, page 44, equals, I'm not even going to say what it equals because there's a lot there. I'm not going to be able to fit it in like 5 words, so you'll just have to figure that out later. All right, so that is, oh, I guess we can go up to 4th level, right? Oh, you don't get any more feats from here up to 4th level. Well, I guess we should do leveling later.
Yeah, let's just worry about 1st level.
All right, backgrounds. I think we figured this out the other night. So let's see if we can remember it. There was the Animal Whisperer. Did we do Herbalist? I think we said Herbalist.
Yeah, I think that's what we said the other night.
So we went Herbalist.
Can
and
you just like paraphrase it just a little bit?
I can't
though?
paraphrase it. As a formerly trained apothecary or a rural practitioner of folk medicine, you learn the healing properties of various herbs. You're adept at collecting the right natural cures in all sorts of environments and preparing them properly. Choose 2 ability boosts. One must be to Constitution or Wisdom, and one is a free ability boost. So you choose one or the other plus a free one. You're trained in the nature skill and the herbalism lore skill, and you gain the natural medicine skill feat. So, natural medicine skill feat.
And you have to boost my wisdom, please.
All right, and what about your free one?
What does everything else look like?
At the moment, intelligence
Okay.
10, dexterity 10, strength minus is 8. So this is
Where are
12,
you
this is
looking?
14, this is 12 right now.
Oh, okay. So I get one more.
One more at the moment.
Can I put it in Constitution?
Sure.
Even though it said. Okay.
I think you can. I don't see why not.
It didn't specifically call.
Yeah, it just says you can't put 2 ranks basically in one. Alan says, Kay, gotta head out. Have a good night. Thanks, Alan. If you ever want more answers on Pathfinder, feel free to come ask. I will do my best. All right. Oh, I forgot. I gotta put the trained in nature and herbalism lore. Nature and herbalism lore. Just tick those little radial buttons. I hate how warm I am. Okay, so now let's jump over to druids. This really isn't that bad creating characters. Like, I feel pretty comfortable doing it now. By the way, I put your free skill into wisdom as well.
Couple minutes and we should probably try and go. they gave down.
Oh, okay. You want me to do that?
Probably. I don't know.
All right. Perception. You are trained in perception as a druid. Oh, shoot. I forgot it does this. Okay. You have saving throws. You are trained in fortitude. So where's fortitude? Right here. Trained. You are trained in reflex. And you are expert in will saves. Okay. Skills. You are trained in nature again, which means you get a free skill.
Ooh.
So it's pretty all over the place, whatever you think you might want. You are trained in one skill determined by your druidic order.
I'll take nature.
You already have nature.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's why you have a free one.
Pretty basic.
Yep.
Let's go with
Survival?
Deception.
Okay, deception.
No, stealth.
Stealth. Okay. So then we are going to end up having to see what your druidic order gives you, and you are trained in a number of additional skills equal to 2 plus your intelligence modifier. So you automatically get 2 more. What would you like to choose?
So I get 2 additional ones?
Yeah, you wanted deception. So we'll give you that.
Let's go survival.
All right. There you go. That's your 2. Because I put the other one in deception.
Oh, wait, hold on. Do I want deception though?
That was the first one you said. I figured you did. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, I don't know.
Medicine?
Maybe I should go with thievery. Medicine's fine. That makes sense.
All right. Attacks. You are trained with simple weapons. So down here, trained. And you are trained in unarmed attacks. Gosh, that's dumb. Okay. Defenses. You're trained in light armor. What the heck? No! So you're trained in light armor. Trained in medium armor. And unarmored defense you are trained as well. Alright. Class DC. It says trained in Class DC. Cool. I don't know anyone who's not trained in Class DC, but cool. Whatever. Trained in primal spell attacks and trained in primal spell DCs. Is that like on the last page or something? This is my first spellcaster, so I don't know. Yes. Trained there. Trained there. And it's primal. Cool. Cool. All right, and then I got to add 8 to your hit points. So we are at 16 total at first level. Plus con mod, which looking right now like it's going to be a +2. Didn't tell us our attributes yet, did it? It did not. Okay. Where is that? You have the benefits of your selected ancestry and background, initial proficiencies, primal spell casting, anathema, druidic language, druidic order. Maybe you get it from your druidic order. Maybe that's why. They put druidic orders after the spells. Why is this confusing? Oh, they're right here. Okay. It doesn't...
Kind of appreciate appreciate the fact that you're just like gonna figure it out for me.
I have to.
And I don't have to do anything.
Why does it not tell me which attributes you get? Did we do that already?
No, we did not.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right. Right now you would have a 10 or an 8, a 10, 14, 10, 14, 12. That's wrong. The other ones say it in the front, don't they? They front load. Oh, yeah, ability boosts. Oh, that's at 5th level, though. Deity, ancestry, and background. Initial proficiencies. Skills, attacks, defenses, spells. I'm just missing it right now. It's probably right here in front of my face. I'm sure of it.
Do you want me to look?
No, I'll figure it out. Leaf. Ability boost at 5th level. Wild empathy, skill feats, alertness, general feats. I don't know why I'm blanking on it though. Skill increases. I mean, I'm sure it's legit like wisdom and some other one.
So far, everything's been wisdom and constitution.
Well, that was from Gnome. Let me go back and check something out. This is really frustrating. I think I did this a few times when I did my barbarian, but it wasn't because of attributes. Like I feel like attributes was pretty straightforward. It's weird too that so your races will tell you what your ability boosts are on the side, but your classes don't. Like that just seems dumb. Like why would you not stay consistent with that? See, these are just the little things that
They're driving you crazy?
Yeah, like I think it's because of what my job used to be. You know? Like I used to have to everyone was on me about being consistent when I used to make work instructions. Like, hey, I don't care if it's a different department. You have to do it the same on this one as you do it over there. You know what I mean? So consistency was one of the first things I used to have to look at. You know? So ability scores. Characters' ability scores each start at 10. As you select ancestry, background, or class, you'll apply ability boost, which increases score by 2, and ability flaws, which decreases score by 2. At this point, just note, yeah, I already know that. Ancestry, background, class. Each class is fully detailed in Chapter 3, but the summaries on page 22, 23 provide an overview of each and tells you which ability scores are important when playing that class. You don't need to write down all of your character's class features yet. You simply need to know which class you want to play, so on and so forth. So it says 22 and 23. So that's even before this. So Druid, it just says, so it says Wisdom, Con, and Dex are the 3 important ones. It does not tell you which ones go up or not.
All of them. There we go.
It does say your key ability score goes up, but it doesn't mention anything about the 2 secondary ones. So I don't know. All right, choose a class. You don't write down all the stuff. Great. Determine ability scores. First, make sure you applied all the ability boosts and ability flaws you've noted in previous steps from your ancestry, background, class. Apply 4 more ability boosts to your character's ability scores, choosing a different ability score for each and increasing that ability score by 2. Oh, I forgot you get to do 4 extra ones, so you can get up to 18 at first level. Do you know what you would want for your 4? It can be anything.
Like just in general?
Yeah.
I
forgot people were actually doing it like this. Rather than writing numbers.
Oh, the numbers was way more helpful.
Each one is 2. It's okay. So which 4 do you want to choose? Dex, Con, Wisdom.
So Dex, Con. Can I use Dex twice, or do I have to pick? No,
it's got to be something different.
So Dex, Con, Wisdom, Charisma.
Charisma, okay. Perfect. So those are actually pretty high now. All right. So now I just need to figure out the Druid one. I'm an idiot. Right here, key ability. At first level, your class gives you an ability boost to wisdom. So you just must literally only get the primary. That doesn't seem right to me, though. That it only gives you one?
Well, numbers are getting pretty high.
So right now you're at... Let's just assume this is done. There might be more.
8. Yep.
Whoops. 12. 16. 10. 18. And 14.
Yeah, I mean,
does that look normal to you?
Yeah, I would be mad with those scores.
Okay.
You know, for a character, so I feel like that's got to be pretty close. And regardless of like additions, right, that I've played, like
yeah,
those would all be.
And see, your modifiers aren't bad. You got one bad one. That's it. All right. I guess that's right. I don't know why I didn't look right there. I feel really dumb now, but it's okay. All right. Drink some water.
This guy's looking pretty good.
Yeah. Let me see real quick, and then I'll go get Gabe in bed.
Huh.
Oh, that is cool. Let me see his sheath that I wasn't happy about before.
So it looks green.
Oh, that's better now.
It looks green right now, and then the outside of it, I'm gonna do in like
He's cool. I like the face now.
Bright. Yeah.
You darkened it.
No, I highlighted it.
Oh, okay.
Just makes it look a little bit darker.
That looks way better.
Yeah.
I like the staff. I wasn't liking the green on it.
I added this here.
That head of the staff?
I added, yep.
Yeah,
I
I wasn't originally feeling the green.
The highlights in the eye.
Yep.
And I just have to finish up. I need to do another color.
I actually think it looks good black with the lighter color. I think that looks really cool like that.
Yeah, I just need to make it blend a little bit better, and then it should be okay. I need to finish the hands.
All right.
And then I need to finish these bands.
Mm-hmm.
I have to make those gold. And then I'm going to make the edge of... So right here, the edge of this...
That's black right now?
No, yeah, that's black right now. I'm going to make it this really deep, like...
Purple?
Red.
Oh, okay.
Now it's this deep sort of like purpley red color.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to do this color on the front in the middle.
Like a gem or something?
Yeah, like around the diamond here. But I need to do like one...
They're seeing the flame more than what you're pointing at, but that's okay.
Oh. Yeah, and then I need to do the flame thing. I need to do the hands.
Okay.
So I'm actually pretty close.
Okay. You entertain them. I'll be right back.
I don't have anything entertaining to
Talk
say,
about
though.
painting. You have everything entertaining to say.
Oh, gosh, I do not.
No pressure.
Guys, I'm on my own now.
You may have killed that moth.
I can't. Sure you did kill the moth. God, it's like every little thing.
Yeah, I think I ran it over when I came home.
So, the only thing that I don't like about this and how it's looking is this pink. Like, doesn't look like these lines just don't look like that clean to me. I don't know. I gotta go over it, I think, a couple more times to make it look clean. And maybe it'll, you know, work itself out or something. I don't know, guys. Like, I think the black is too black. He also would have looked really cool in white and gold. That would have been cool. Would have been really cool. But it's a missed opportunity, so it's okay. But anyway, I suggest it. I would like to see somebody do it anyway. Are you back already?
I didn't lay him down.
Oh, why not?
Because he's full of energy and she's been watching some show for herself. Not what he wanted. And So I told her to put Mickey Mouse on so that he can sit there and calm down.
Oh, when I went in there, everybody was sitting down.
Watching Mickey Mouse?
Not watching Mickey Mouse, but
Right.
he was sitting down.
Yeah, nope. All right. Whew. Okay, back to this. So you get 5 cantrips and 2 first level spells. So primal spell casting, which we already did. You get 5. I don't know if cantrip level is correct, but and 2 of that.
I feel like this looks cooler on the TV than it does in real life.
No, it looks cool in real life. I think it looks cool.
So if
in
you're
person.
watching this and you think it looks terrible, just imagine if you were seeing it in real life.
No, it looks cooler in person. All right, so you are a... Are you a spontaneous caster or are you a prepared caster? I think you're a spontaneous one, aren't you? Or is that just a...
I think that's correct. I mean, that's what first edition was.
I have no idea.
It was.
It doesn't say.
No, I'm saying I think that's what first edition
What's
was.
the difference between spontaneous and prepared, though? You still prepare spells every day, right?
Yeah, but you have access to all the spells.
That has nothing to do with being spontaneous or prepared, though. So, like, a sorcerer doesn't get to choose new spells every day. That's why they're spontaneous rather than prepared.
Oh, yeah. Then, sorry,
Right?
Druids were prepared then.
That's what I feel like,
But
too.
you had access to all spells.
As a druid, yes. All the druid spells.
Yeah. Cameron says.
Oh, hush. That mini looks awesome. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, too. She doesn't like the Dragonborns, though, in general.
No,
like,
they're
that's just not her favorite
They're
thing.
kind of hard. But even then, you know, if it was a person, like, skin tones are so hard because you're like, gosh, man,
pretty
if
sure
it
it's
doesn't, if
prepared.
it's not right, like, you can tell. You know, you can look and you can see that. Like, hey, man, you mixed that color real bad.
Hey, man, you messed that up.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that with skin tone. It's so easy to tell. So easy. You know? So that's the
All right, so your key is 4. Your proficiency is 3 right now.
concern I have.
3, 4. So this is crazy, but your spell DC is 17. That seems really high. But I guess that's actually pretty normal.
Over to Jared and be like, please.
Well, no, you're going to enter it in Fantasy Grounds when he's with you, and he'll say, yeah, that's right. That is right. Your primary stat plus proficiency, which proficiency right now is 2 plus level, which is actually going to be higher, 17. So it's just because 5e doesn't do it the same way that it seems high. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just like, whoa, that's crazy to me. Again, things that I'll have to get used to. Oh, okay. Druidic focus. So you get focus spells. This is
Get on it.
I
What
don't.
are my focus spells?
I don't know what focus spells really are or how the stuff works differently. Oh, here it is, down here. Focus. So you get current and maximum. So, order spells are a type of focus spell. It costs 1 focus point to cast a focus spell, and you start with a focus pool of 1. So, current is 1. You refill your focus pool during your daily preparations, and you can regain 1 focus point by spending 10 minutes using the refocus activity to so basically it's like a short rest kind of deal.
The 10 minutes is not long.
No. Okay. No, but I'm just saying, like, trying to make it so I'm paraphrasing, like you want me to.
Okay, yep.
Okay. Now, you had said before you wanted to do the wild one for shaping, or did you want to do the animal one for, like, heal animal and being real animal focused?
I asked you about shape changing into animals, what animals I could shape change.
It doesn't work like that, remember? It was different things you do based on it allow you to change features of yourself. Like, remember, you could get claws, you could grow teeth, like you can change things about yourself.
You don't actually change.
Not at first level, it sounded like. Not at first level. So when I go over here, so wild shape at first level, which is a feat. You are one with the wild, always changing and adapting to meet any challenge. You gain the wild shape order spell, which lets you transform into a variety of forms that you can expand with druid feats. And then we looked it up, and it was a little different. Like, it allowed you to change different things, right? Isn't that what we found? So then, a wild shape prerequisite, 1,000 faces. Your form is as mutable as the weather, changing to meet your whim. You add the forms listed in humanoid form to your wild shape list, so you can do humanoid stuff. That's a 4th level feat. So again, you don't automatically get to do stuff. It's as you grow stronger, you can. You could do insect shape at 6th level. Allowing you to mimic a wider range of creatures. Add to the forms in insect form to your wild shape list. Whenever you use wild shape to polymorph into the non-flying insect form listed in pest form, the duration is 24 hours instead of 10 minutes.
No, but like you're telling me, like, what's the?
This
is
as you level.
I know, but you're confusing me because you're telling me too many things.
Well, I'm telling you, you can't change necessarily fully into an animal at first level.
Okay, so I just want to know how it works at first level.
All right, I already told you that. You get the one spell called Wild Form.
Okay, and what?
Or Wild Morph.
Please read Wild Morph.
Okay. Yeah, I actually thought you were going to go with the animal companion one. That was what we were talking about earlier today.
Oh.
Rather than wild shaping.
What? So, yeah.
That's what I thought you were going to do, but
yeah, let's do that then.
Okay. Because that's why we didn't really take those things with your background. Okay, so animal. You have strong connection to beasts, and you are allied with a beast companion. You are trained in athletics, so let's fix that real quick. So I don't miss anything. So trained in athletics. And you also gain the animal companion druid feat. So where's that would be under feats, under class. Oh shoot. So you're going to end up getting a couple feats, I think. So animal companion druid feat. Okay. You gain the heal animal order spell. So I gotta put that down somewhere. I think that's probably a first level spell. So I'll just put it in there. Animal companion. Or animal healing spell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Heal animal. Order. Spell. Okay. Committing wanton cruelty to animals, your anathema. This doesn't prevent you from defending yourself. Okay. So, with that, if I jump over to the feats real quick. So you would still need to take the first level animal companion feat in order to have an animal companion, by the way.
Okay, sounds good. Let's take that.
Yep. So right here, we will go animal companion. Okay, so you gain the service of a young animal companion that travels with you on your adventures and obeys any simple commands you give it to the best of its ability. See animal companions. And we were going to go wolf, I think. Right? Or that's what I remember you saying. So we'll just say wolf and dash wolf. Okay. So, I mean, I know today you were kind of talking about a leshy, though. But I think that would be different. That would have been if you did a leaf druidic order.
Correct. I think it's fine.
Okay. Also, I think companions are better than familiars, personally. But I don't know, just from what I've been looking at. Okay. So we've done your druidic order. I don't even... Oh, maybe under special, that would be druidic language. So I'll put that there, because that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think that makes sense too.
And it's special because not everyone gets one, right? They don't all get special things. So, I put that under ancestry. I didn't mean to do that. All right, let's take this, copy, paste, copy, paste. Oh, I hate that. It's so gross to me. All right, and so then this is druidic language. Page 130. Okay. How you doing, Cameron? You holding up okay? I hope you're doing all right, buddy. All right. So, I think that's almost everything. Oh, you get shield block, though, too. See, I don't know where to put all this stuff. Oh, maybe, actually, you know what? We'll put druidic language under your languages. That probably makes a lot more sense.
That probably makes a ton more sense.
There we go. All right. So then, right here, you get shield block. General feat. So you can block stuff just like me. Cool, huh?
Or I can just block you.
You could try. A reaction that lets you reduce damage with your shield. Wild empathy. You have a connection. Oh my goodness. You have a connection to the creatures of the natural world that allows you to communicate with them on a rudimentary level. You can use diplomacy to make an impression. So this has to... There's got to be like another section where I can put this. Bonus feats or something? Inventory. Character sheet. Catchphrases. Actions and activities. Free actions, reaction. Like, I don't know where to put this. You know what I mean? Like, it's very situational, wild empathy. And there's nowhere to put it on the character sheet. Like, I've got shield block.
I don't know.
I've got your druid, animal companion druid feat. And wolf. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's... We'll just leave that there. This will be wild empathy here. So... Because there's no difference. Basically, animal companion wolf is the animal companion, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Animal companion druid feat. Right there. Animal companion druid feat. Okay, so that was why I messed up. Okay. Perfect. Maybe wild empathy would actually go in this regular feat thing. I'm trying to make it like organized correctly too, because I'm weird like that. Oh shoot. Whatever.
Yeah, but maybe I don't want it organized.
It might matter when you're doing the fantasy grounds thing though. You might have to do it in the order or something. You know what I mean? Like it might not allow you to do it out of order. Like,
Gotcha.
So I don't know. Sorry, I zoned out there for a bit. What sort of Pathfinder 2 character do you think Sean Connery would be if he was in Galarian? Didn't he do King Arthur? Wasn't he King Arthur in the one? So he'd be a fighter. Or a champion. Which is basically a paladin. So there you go. That was a good movie from what I remember. Do you remember that?
What?
King Arthur with Sean Connery.
Yeah, it
Sean
was
Connery?
good.
I haven't seen it in like 25 years, but. All right. So, Wild Empathy. So you've got that. Got your skill feats. Don't have any general or bonus feats yet. We haven't bought your items yet. You pretty much done?
Yeah, I think I'll end up being done here pretty soon.
Oh, okay. And then we still got to level it up too. We haven't chose spells. We haven't chose. Let me grab a pencil and mark this down. Do you think might want to do it tomorrow? I know that would be 3 days in a row, and you don't typically want to go 3 days in a row. But...
Probably not.
Okay. Here's my pencil. Cool. Then I'll work on videos tomorrow. Make my notes here. So the druid still needs equipment. It still needs... We need to actually fill out something for your animal companion. That'll be last. But you need equipment. You need spells. You need to level to 4th. And we need to do your animal companion sheet. And then it's done. But we're mostly there. I think the spells are going to be the time-consuming aspect of this.
Probably. I think I just need to look through the books.
You get... So between now and 4th level, you're going to get another druidic feat. You're going to get 2 skill feats. Or no, a skill feat. No, you'll get 2 skill feats. You're going to get alertness. You're going to get a general feat.
I should just finish this guy tonight.
That's what I was thinking. It's perfect.
I know, I'm like almost done.
I didn't think it would take too long. All right, so we'll just keep going then. So where do you want me to go next? Do you want me to level, or do you want to do equipment? Do you want to do spells? We can level you to 4th before we do equipment and spells. Or we could do spells with each level up.
Let's just do spells right now.
All right, so 5 cantrips, 2 first level. All right. And you get primal spells. So... Do you want us to do all your spells, or do you want to do just your first level spells?
Those eyes look good.
Yeah, they do. All your spells or just first? It wouldn't be hard. It'd be 5, 3, and 3.
Oh, then let's do all of them.
Okay. 5.
Might as well.
3. Or, I'm sorry. It'd be 3 and 3 there. So, there we go. Yeah, you don't gain any additional cantrips from here on out, by the way. You literally get whatever you choose at first level. You might be able to swap them out at some point, but I don't know. All right. I feel like spells are pretty self-explanatory. I mean, if you need me to read up on them, I can. I'd rather not. But remember, there weren't a ton of cantrips off the start. Or there aren't a lot anyways. So there's Acid Splash, Dancing Lights, Detect Magic, Disrupt Undead, wink wink, Electric Arc, Guidance, No Direction, Light, Prestidigitation, Produce Flame, Ray of Frost, Read Aura, Sigil, Stabilize, and Tanglefoot. And you get 5.
What's on Tanglefoot?
Conjure a vine to entangle a creature.
Okay, we're taking that one.
Okay, that's like a single one. Okay.
And then I have low light vision, correct?
Yes.
But not dark vision.
Correct.
So let's take light.
Okay. Perfect. You want Disrupt Undead?
Why would I want that?
Because we know we're going to be facing a lot of undead.
Do we?
Remember he said it was an undead adventure.
Oh, he said, oh, yeah. I guess we can take that.
I mean, I'm just saying it's really optimal. Based on what we know.
I forgot what our adventure's about.
Yeah. Okay. I think you're the only one that could do something like a detect magic.
The only one who can do, like, any spell casting.
I know, but we don't know what the adventure entails. It just seems like a very common
What
thing.
were the rest of the choices?
Oh gosh. Acid Splash, Dancing Lights, Detect Magic, Electric Arc.
What's that?
Zap 1 or 2 creatures with lightning.
Let's take that. And then let's take Dancing Lights.
That's it. That'll be your last one.
Oh, I thought you said 6.
No, 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Dancing Lights is Minor Illusion Charm, right?
You create 4 floating lights you can move. It's not Minor Illusion.
Oh, then
It's an evocation spell.
I don't want that and light.
It's more like a distraction spell.
Yeah,
like
that's
you
what I'm
cast it
saying. It's a
somewhere to
charm.
distract people. But it's not a charm, really.
It's an illusion.
It's not an illusion. It's evocation.
Okay, so, sorry, what were the rest of them?
I mean, I can read how Dancing Lights works.
No. What were the other spells again?
Acid Splash, Dancing Lights, Detect Magic, Guidance, No Direction, Prestidigitation, Produce Flame, Ray of Frost, Read Aura.
Detect Magic.
Okay. Perfect. All right, so that was your cantrips. Now at first level, I think you get 3, and I think you get 3 second level spells. Yes. So you already get the Heal Animal spell, which is that must be a focus spell. Let me double check something before I move forward. That must be a focus spell. I don't like how they separate that. Like, at all. And, like, because this is spells, but, like, I've got all those pages of spells. You know what I mean? Like, if I have to go to focus, you gotta, like, hopefully land on the right page. I would ask about Brian Bless, but his character in Blackadder fits him perfectly. I don't remember seeing that. I don't watch a ton of TV, man. Paula, I think, watches more TV than I do. In fact, I know she does. Yeah, Heal Animal is a focus spell. So there we go. So that's one of those things that you can get every 10 minutes. So that's cool. So this is the Heal Animal spell. So Heal Animal, you can cast it as a single action or 2 actions. And it's touch or 30 feet, depending on if you want it to be a single or a double. It does 1d8. And if you do it as 2 actions, not only is it at range, it's an additional 8 hit points. If you heighten it, which means you're using 2 points into it, rather than just 1, the amount of healing increases by a d8 and additional healing of 8. So in other words, it would be...
What?
This is Heal Animal.
Okay.
So your companion. So you could do 2d8 plus 16 to heal it if you use 2 of your focus points.
Gotcha.
I don't know how many focus points you have at 4th level, though. Okay, so that's already there. I can remove this up here, because that's not where that would go. Okay. All right, first level spells. Air Bubble, Alarm, Ant Haul, Burning Hands, Charm, Create Water, Detect Poison, Fear, Featherfall, Fleet Step.
Okay, I get 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goblin Pox, Grease, Gust of Wind, Heal, Hydraulic Push, Jump, Long Strider, Magic Fang, Mending, Negate Aroma, Pass Without Trace, Pest Form, Purify Food and Drink, Shillelagh, Shocking Grasp, Spider Sting, Summon Animal, Summon Fae, Summon Plants and Fungi, and Ventriloquism.
Gosh. Okay. Heal.
Okay.
Fear.
Okay.
Mm, Shillelagh, you pull him closer to you, or it's a ranged attack?
You make a club or staff temporarily magical and deal more damage to unnatural creatures. So if you have a club or a staff, you make it a magical attack, basically.
Man, I don't know. You're looking at the list. What do
Right.
you think?
I mean, you could do a lot of stuff. Fleet of Step makes your speed faster.
Yeah, I don't want that crap. Where's the list? Can you just move the sheet over here so I can look at it while you look at it too?
Yes, I can try.
Okay, where am I looking?
Here through here first.
Okay.
Remember, it's going to have a lot of combat, though, too.
I would say,
So-
Burning Hands.
Yeah, Burning Hands, a small cone of flame. You could do Shocking Grasp. That's electricity, though. Gust of Wind knocks them back.
Yeah, I would say Hydraulic Push does damage and pushes a creature.
A single creature. Yeah, I think Area of Effect would be good. So maybe
Yeah.
Burning Hands is good.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
All right, so let's give you Burning Hands. So I do like that they give you a lot of space to type.
Or
about spells, by the way.
there's a Summon Fae and a Summon Animal. What kind of Fae do you get? Can you look that Summon Fae up
You
for me?
It's going to be weak. It's first level. So, like, it's not going to be anything crazy. Like, that, it also sounds like, from what I've seen in here, you're not going to do anything super amazing at low levels. Like, like the old edition, I felt like people at low levels could be really OP. So, Summon Fae. You conjure a Fae to fight for you. This works like Summon Animal, except you summon a common creature that has the Fae trait and whose level is -1. So we don't even have a monster manual for you to be able to look those up. But it's a -1 as like its CR thing. So you see how it's got spell 1 right here? It would just say like -1 right here. Like Beast -1 or something. You know what I mean? I did see some monster stat blocks the other day. And it was weird like that. Because I was like, oh, it doesn't have like a CR in the stat block. It just has like that number. I was like, what's a -1? I don't understand.
Gotcha.
So it's different than it used to be with that. Whereas like Summon Animal, which you can heighten. I guess you can heighten all of them. Yeah, because they all say to refer to Summon Animal. So if you cast that as a second level, you can do a level 1 creature. Since you're level 4, you could cast it up, or actually you could cast it up to level 2. You could get a level 2 animal to fight on your behalf, or Fae, or whatever you chose to go with. So it's not, again, it's not going to be anything crazy. It's going to be like weasels, and like for Fae, you're probably talking about, oh hell if I know, whatever's really weak. A twig blight. I don't know. I have no idea if that's even a fae.
Okay, alright, fine.
I think Burning Hands is what you want.
Okay, I'll take Burning Hands.
All right. Now, second level spells. This is really interesting how they do this. I'm going to put a 1 next to these so you know that it's a first level. Because there's no way to tell otherwise on here. There's nothing separating them or anything. All right, so second level. Acid Arrow. You get 3 of these also. Animal Form. You can turn into a dangerous animal. Animal Messenger. Bark Skin. Continual Flame. Create Food. Darkness. Dark Vision. Deafness. Dispel Magic. Endure Elements. Enhance Victuals. Enlarge. Entangle. Fairy Fire. Flaming Sphere. Gentle Repose. Glitter Dust. Humanoid Form. Obscuring Mist. Phantom Steed. Remove Fear. Remove Paralysis. Resist Energy. Restoration. Restore Senses. Shape Wood. Shatter. Shrink. Speak with Animals. Spider Climb. Status. Summon Elemental. Tree Shape. Water Breathing. Water Walk. Web. So it starts here.
Let's do...
Bark Skin.
I was thinking...
Entangle.
I was actually thinking web.
Okay.
I do want summon elemental.
Might have to have the GM help you with that. Maybe he'll just pick one for you.
He might just give me like generic stat block and then I can change what the element type is or something.
Maybe.
That. You know, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it'll
He
be
seems
fine.
very by the book. I don't know. But I don't know.
And then...
Yeah, one more. Shatter for the skeletons. No, I don't know.
Enlarge.
Cool, you're going to enlarge your dwarf to 5 feet tall. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, how much of an
Do it to the monk.
How much of an increase does enlarge get?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure it's actually pretty cool. It's probably like a 15-foot tall thing. I'll pull it up.
And can I cast it on an object too?
Don't know.
Those are the things I want to know.
I mean, I'm not the DM or GM.
I know, but it might say in the spell.
So it's a polymorph transmutation. It's a 2-action thing. 1 willing creature is your target. So no to objects, technically. And it lasts for 5 minutes, which is a lot of rounds.
Yeah.
Bolstered by magical power, the target grows to size large. Its equipment grows with it, but returns to natural size if removed. The creature is clumsy 1. Its reach increases by 5 feet, or by 10 feet if it started out tiny. And it gains a +2 status bonus to melee damage. This spell has no effect on a large or larger creature. So yeah, you'd be pretty big. You get an additional 5 feet of reach. So basically you can reach 10 feet then.
No.
And the
let's go
+2
with,
bonus to damage. And if you're hitting like 2 times or
Let's
whatever.
go with entangle.
Entangle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You want me to read that up real quick? It's 120 feet.
See, I'm pretty sure it's probably...
All squares in the 20-foot radius burst that contain plants. It lasts for 1 minute, which is like 10 rounds. Plants in the area entangle creatures. The area counts as difficult terrain. Each round that a creature starts its turn in the area, it must attempt a reflex save. On a failure, it takes a -10-foot circumstance penalty to its speeds until it leaves the area.
If there are not plants there, I cannot cast it.
It doesn't specify that.
Well,
and
it says
usually
plants in the area.
Your brother ruined you. But yes. Until it leaves the area and on a critical failure. It is also immobilized for 1 round. Creatures can attempt to escape at Entangle's DC to remove these effects. I still think that's a good one. Personally.
I think overall.
What's Magic Missile like in this game?
Pretty good.
I think it's.
Pretty good spell.
I think Magic Missile is a single missile for every action. I'll pull it up for you though. Magic Missile. Yeah, so you can cast it as 1 up to 3 actions. So 120 feet, 1 creature. You send a dart of force streaking toward a creature that you can see. It automatically hits and deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage. For each additional action you use when casting the spell, increase the number of missiles you shoot by 1 to a maximum of 3 missiles for 3 actions. You choose the target for each missile individually. If you shoot more than 1 missile at the same target, combine the damage before applying bonuses or penalties to damage, resistances, weaknesses, and so forth. If you heighten the spell, you shoot 1 additional missile with each action you spend. So again, it's pretty similar. But yeah, you could do a single 1 in this, though, rather than other games where you automatically do at minimum, I think, 3. So, not bad. Not bad at all. It's actually a pretty good spell in this, I think. I actually like this more, again, because you have control. Mm-hmm. Like, more control of... Because you could do 1, then you could use your sling to hit something else. Like, maybe you have a sword and something's next to you and you can shoot that. Like, or shoot it. Hit it with your sword. You know, like, there's just a lot of versatility that's awesome.
Almost 11. Should probably get off of here and go
Yeah.
and cave down.
Yeah, did you finish him? Is he done?
Yeah, I just need to do something to the base so it doesn't look all black.
Oh,
Real
okay.
quick, but I think he's pretty much done, so the base is still...
The black doesn't bother me on
What?
bases. I feel like that's the way to go. Anyway. I think he's cool. He's totally cool.
He looks pretty cool.
I agree. That's my warlock right there. That's totally going to be my warlock that I one day play. And maybe I'll give him a spear, and that thing will be a spear rather than a
It's a
sword or
quarterstaff.
something. It's got spikes on it. I'll use it as a morning star. There we go. It'll be a giant's morning star. Cameron says, I can dig it. Like, there's more flavor with almost everything in this compared to 5e. Like, 5e is just so basic now that I compare the two.
It's just really simple and straightforward.
Right. And I get that. Like, that's what makes it accessible, is that you don't have the options on pretty much everything to, like, mold it into something or use it differently. Like, you can still be creative with stuff, but, like, with Magic Missile, you now, you know, can do a single missile or multiple missiles however you want. You know, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too excited about nothing.
Maybe you are.
But I think it's cool. All right, so your spells are selected. And, yeah. I need to go back to your class and figure out... I need to figure out that focus spell points thing for 4th level. And then I think I'm good. Then I can end this for the night. Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Focus spells.
I feel like his green spell thing turned out really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because look at when you see it. You can't see it in... I don't think you can really tell in here. But it's really shiny.
Again, in person, it's more
glittery.
green. It's way more green in person.
Yeah, it's quite glittery too.
I think he's totally badass.
So
Okay, where is this? It's under spellcasting. Oh, okay, it's under Druidic Order. Order spells are to focus spells are automatically heightened to half. who can never hold more than 3. So how do you get more? You'll always be the member. Order spells.
We're now some focus.
It costs 1 focus point to cast a focus spell, and you start with a focus pool of 1 focus point. You refill your focus pool during your daily preparations, and you can regain 1 focus point by spending 10 minutes. Activity to commune with the local. Focus spells are automatically heightened to half your level. Focus spells don't require spell slots to cast, and you can't cast them using spell slots. Selecting Druid feats can give you more focus spells. Gotcha. Oh, that's the more spells. And increase the size of your focus pool. Though your focus pool can never hold more than 3 points. So you need to take feats to bump your focus pool to heighten that spell. You can't heighten it until you've bumped it up.
Wasn't I
points.
going to take the herbalism background with the leaf druid, not the animal one?
Yeah, but today you changed your mind in our chat. You started talking about animal companions.
Oh, okay. I know.
Last night you were totally on that.
Should I change from an herbalism background to something different?
If you want. Remember they were talking about the medicine skill thing today. How that is really helpful.
Yeah.
It's your choice.
Okay, I don't know.
We can
bring
look
the
at
book
that later.
in.
Yeah, I'll do that.
We should probably wrap it up.
Yep, that's fine.
So
I think it looks cool.
it's too late.
I dig him. All right. Thanks, Cameron, for participating. We enjoyed your company as usual. We will be back maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday because I don't have a game on Wednesdays anymore. So, man, I want to be able to get some videos done this week. Oh, we got some videos coming that are not streams and that are not games. We're just going to do some fun old videos. Maybe I'll do some 5e videos. Maybe I'll do some Pathfinder videos. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do Pathfinder yet. I'm not quite comfortable yet talking like I know what I'm talking about with Pathfinder. But they are coming. I promise you. I promise you. So, once again, this was Master the Game. I am Juice. This was Paula. She's a little awkwardly nerdy. Game on.